Hello everyone, so in this video, let us talk about getters and setters in Golang. So in the last video, if you haven't checked it out, please go and check it out about public and private. In Golang, we've talked about that. In this video, let us talk about a very important use case which we generally see when we are talking about Golang. That let's say that I want to somehow create or insert a private phone number when I'm initializing a particular person phone book, but I don't want to give it the access to change it at any time throughout the program. Okay, I should only see it. I should not able to change it. Okay, how we can do that? In that process, we have to use getter and setter. So to manipulate public fields, not public, sorry, private fields, we have to use getter and setter. That's the very best practice. Now, how to make getter and setter, and how we can do that. So the thing is that I can. So what we have learned is that I can create an instance of phone book. So what I've done here is that I am creating an instance of phone book here itself. But what I can do instead is that I can create a instance of phone book here, and here I can access the private phone number. Why? Because I'm inside this package. So what I can do is that I can create a phone number like using this func, let's say func, and that is, let's say, a public method. So new phone number. That phone number takes 3 strings. Okay, because we have 3 phone numbers. So it will take 3 strings. And it will return again a phone book type of object. Now what this actually do, it will create a new phone book with these phone numbers. That is, it will create it like this. I just copy it from here, type it a lot, like this. So what we have done here is that I've created, when you call this new phone book method, and because it is public, it can be called anywhere. When it is called, you can see that it takes 3 parameters as 3 strings as an input. It will create a phone book type of struct or object, you can say, inside of these phone numbers there. And because I can access private phone number here, because it is inside the same package, and we return a phone book object throughout, like when you return from this new phone book, when you call this. Now what you can see is that if I go inside this now, instead of creating a phone number like this, what I can do is that I can create a phone like this. So phone 2. So I will do phone dot, you can see now it has, because I can access any function or any like struct which is private, not say private, which is public through this, like you can say keyword that is phone. Now you can access this method new phone. It will take 3 strings as an input. Okay, let's give these three strings 1 2 3 4. I'm creating a person. The next is 5 6 7 8 9 0. And the next is that, let's say the private number is 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Okay, now you can see that it returns an object of phone book type. I've created the same thing. Okay, I've created the same thing, but now I'm able to like insert a private number also. And if I just do fmt println of phone 2, you can see that I've created one more phone 2 type of like phone book of like object of type phone book. And you can see that I've also inserted this private phone number, but now I'm not able to do this type of operation. Like I'm not able to just do phone book 2 dot like you can say private phone number. Like I don't have the access to that. Okay, that's the best part, that I'm not able to manipulate this, and even though I have like inserted this particular key. But let's say that I've created this, and anywhere I have called this particular function to call. Okay, this call function will call on the primary, like it will just tell this, okay, either call on this or this. Maybe I want to create a one more function that will just tell that, okay, if I want to call on a private. So instead of calling, let us say it is as a getter. So getter of phone. Okay, and also let us add on a setter of phone. Private phone, let's say. Getter of private phone. Okay. Now you can directly just call on p dot private phone. It is fine. And yep, that's it. Now for setter, you have to understand that for setting a particular value, this can be accessed on a particular object of type phone book. But because I'm like manipulating data, I have to also pass the pointer towards it. Because what I've told you in previous videos also, that in pointers, that if I just pass this like this, then it will pass a copy. It is just a value receiver, but this is a pointer receiver. So this is a pointer. Pointer means that it is pointing towards the memory block that I'm addressing to, and thus it will just change out the setting because I want to change the private phone number in that particular block. So what I'll do is that I should not return anything. I should just change out. It will just take a phone number of type string, and it will do p dot private phone number as private phone. Okay. Now if I just go on the same file again, what I can do is that I can just do fmt.println of ph2 dot. Now I have these functions as well, so I can do a getter of the private phone number. If I just do this, I can actually just get that, okay, call on this particular number, that is the private number. I can actually just access to it. And maybe you can just give the getter. Okay, you can just give the getter. You can just initialize these values out anywhere. I'm not able to, like, even if I want to access these keys, like if I just initialize this, if I want to access it any time in the program, I have the getters. Getters are able to get them. But if I want to change them, like if there is some scenarios, then I have to not directly give access to the fields. I should be able to give access to the setters. So I can directly just give ps2 dot setter, and the new phone number set maybe, let's say 9876554. That's it. Okay, now if I just do another getter again, now the phone number is changed because I have used a setter to set this value out on this private key. Okay, so this private field can be manipulated, can be changed, but through getters and setters only. Okay, that's the very standard practice you have to do if you are working with anything private. You should not be directly manipulating it like using like this, but you should be providing getters and setters. And maybe if you don't want to manipulate it anywhere, then you just don't provide setters, you just provide getters. Okay, you just create it whenever like you want to create an object, just also create it using this new phone book type of variable. Okay, so that you can directly create these values like in this manner. Directly you don't directly just call a, you can say the struct directly. Okay, you will create this new phone number that will initialize all of these. You will create everything. So what you'll do is that you will create everything as private. Okay, you don't want anything to be public, and then if anyone wants to access them, just provide them getters. And that's the overall idea of what like getters and setters are in Golang. I hope you understand both of these videos. If you still have any doubts, you can mention on in the comment box of this particular video. I will see you in the next one. Keep coding and bye.